Well, it's been a minute, but I've got a couple projects I'm wanting to knock out here in the near future. So about 7 months ago, I picked up this 2026 Silverado. And at the time that I picked up the truck, I started buying some parts that I wanted to put on the truck. However, life got in the way, some medical issues popped up, and I'm just now getting around to be able to put some of these parts on this vehicle. So today's video, we're going to take you through an installation that's going to be in the rear of the truck, and that's going to be a set of the potholes that you put in the steps on the rear bumper. Let's hop to the back of the truck real quick. I'll walk you through the parts and we'll get started on this installation. So I've got everything laid out here on the tailgate, and when you pick up this kit, this is going to be everything that comes with this kit. And maybe it's just that I'm getting older and I really enjoy the idea that a lot of these things are more OEM fit and finish these days, and that they're plug and play and I don't have to do a lot of wire splicing like I did in the past. But that's what really kind of drew me to this potholes kit when I first originally decided to pick this up. Now I picked this up around Black Friday, so like I said, that's about 7 months ago. These things are a little bit on the pricier side, but something I really liked about my 07 Ram that I had that I just recently got rid of was that I had a set of similar flush mount Baja designs that I had flush mounted into the rear bumper of that truck, and those things worked flawlessly, put out a ton of light, and I really enjoyed having those on the truck. So that's something that I've really been missing on this new truck since I've had it for a little bit now. So essentially, when you get these things out of the kit, you're going to get this nice insert here. I've already got this one bolted in place here, as you can see, but that is your flush mount Baja Designs light that you get. And then obviously you get the other side here as well. And what's nice about this is a plastic piece. It's kind of like an injection molded piece, and you'll just basically slip your light down into your molding here. This thing, make sure you get it bolted the right side. Now these plastic pieces will only go on one side of the truck or the other, so you can't really screw that part up, but just make sure you get that thing mounted in there the first try so you don't waste any time and get your writing to where it's going to be facing upward when you get that mounted in the vehicle. You also get this T-harness here, as well as this nicely laid out harness here that's also got a built-in relay as well. And like I said, this is all a plug and play kit. There's no wire splicing at all. And then from what I could tell, it looks like they've actually included all the parts and pieces that you're going to need. So they do include you with 3 regular zip ties, as well as one of these little push button or Christmas tree style fasteners that'll go up. And this is supposed to be to mount the relay and get that thing tucked up somewhere when you underneath the truck once you get this all plugged in and ready to go. There are a couple options I decided not to go with, but they do have some kind of like beauty caps you can put on these where you can add some color to the back of this if you want to do so. I opted just to decline that and go with the flush mounted screws that the Baja comes with anyways, and those are pretty easy to put in there. I think it still gives it a pretty clean finish. But with that being said, I think that's all there really is to talk about right here. We need to go and get some parts off this truck here on the rear bumper. From what I understand, it should only take a T15 for a few of the bolts, and then a 7mm for a few bolts that are underneath the bumper itself. And then we'll take this template that comes with the kit here. We'll start with the driver's side, get the holes drilled in that plastic piece, get our light mounted, and then we can move over to the passenger side. I'm really excited to get these things put on. I think this is going to look really awesome and look really factory when we get this thing all said and done. Okay, so here on the driver's side here, I see that there's 3 T15s right here at the top of this piece here, as well as we need to get this bottom step cover off as well. There's 2 7mm underneath there. So I'm going to start with the 7mm, see if I can get those off and get this piece off, because I know there's a couple bolts down here below. And then I also know that there's a few tabs down here at the bottom that we're going to try our best not to break. However, if they do for some reason break 1 or 2 of them, everything being held together with the screws and bolts and whatnot, we should be in pretty good shape still. So let's go ahead and hop onto the truck real quick. I'll get these 7s off real fast. And like I said, there's just 2 of these right here. It looks like they might be a little rough to get to. So I managed to get that one out without a swivel, so that's always good news. And then this one here. So now that we got that off here, this piece here is supposed to just slide out. We'll see if we can get this thing popped out of here real fast. So there's the little cover there. We'll get that off of there. You got these 3 little tabs here that kind of hold it in place. I was actually able to get this off without any pry bars, but if you're having a hard time getting that off by your hands, you can use like a plastic tip pry bar, something that's not gonna mar your plastic, and get this piece off and out of the way. So now I've got 2 more T15s right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those 3 in the top. We'll get these 2 here in the bottom and see how bad this actual insert is to get out of here. My understanding is this is probably the worst part of the whole thing, trying to get this thing off here without damaging this piece. Well, I just finished up getting this piece here off the truck here. Now I will say, after spending a little bit of time, taking my time with this, I figured out that these 3 tabs down here, there's really absolutely no reason to break these. So unless you're just wanting to be forceful and kind of coming in here like Wreck-It Ralph to get this thing off, I suggest just take a little bit more time, get yourself a long handled kind of skinny screwdriver. And if you come in from underneath the bumper, and you have a flashlight, there's a few little slots down here under the bumper. I'll throw a shot of where those clips are, but if you just push up from the bottom side of the bumper on each clip, start at the outside, work your way around to the inside one here, this thing just pops right out with little to no trouble at all. So this is probably a lot easier, in my opinion, to get off the truck than what I originally thought it was going to be when I dove into this install. So now we can go ahead and get our template on this thing. I'm gonna clean this thing up a little bit. We'll drill our holes, get this one mounted, and then we can hop over to the passenger side and get that one knocked out next. So the next step we have here is we need to go ahead and trim off these little ribs right here that you see on the inside here where our template's gonna go. So we'll get that right there trimmed out of the way. And then there is a reference hole that we're gonna use on this. I guess this would be the top side here. It's one of the bolt holes that we use. We're going to use that as a reference for our template. Now what I'd recommend doing, just make sure you get this thing perfectly lined up. Find a way to hole punch that hole out, or I just took like a knife and kind of just carved mine out real quick. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the driver's side first, and then we're gonna reuse this template, and it'll essentially be backwards when we do the passenger side. But we'll go ahead and line up this hole right here with that reference hole, and that's how we know we get this template in the right spot. So we'll have that right here, kind of push that up against the top portion there, and then we'll wrap this thing around the actual plastic insert like this. We'll take this thing in place. We'll be able to drill all of our holes. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 holes that we're gonna drill inside of this thing that's going to be able to mount our little insert here into the step. And then we'll have to drill a 1-inch hole so that this little harness here could pass through. Now, if you don't have speed bits or bore bits, something like that, I typically like to use a unibit. Most people are only gonna have, if they have a unibit at all, something like this, that's gonna be up to 7/8 of an inch. If that's the case, just wallow the hole out a little bit once you get the 7/8 of an inch hole drilled. I do happen to have one here that goes up to 1.125" though, so I'll just be using this one here to get my 1-inch hole the first try, and then we can actually get this thing mounted in the step. So that being said here, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing set up real quick, and we'll get these holes drilled. So honestly, that template takes a lot of the thinking work out of this and getting these holes drilled. It puts me a little bit more at ease as well in terms of making sure I get them in the right spot. But we'll go ahead, you gotta get these little tabs put in here and pressed in real fast. Not a big deal, those just snap right in place. We got our 1-inch hole drilled so we can slide our harness through. And then you can see here, that is what our light's going to look like once we get this back on the truck. So the next part here is to actually see if we can get these screws to line up on the back side here. And what's nice about that is because those little inserts are white, you can kind of see them and get them to line up pretty good. Now the other nice thing about this here too, is if you get the template exactly the right spot, you may be good and just hit these the first try. But if it was tightly cocked one way or the other, as long as they're in the right vicinity, you can kind of tweak this plastic a little bit, get these to thread it with no problem at all. So I went ahead and did this part off camera real quick, but essentially you're just gonna take the supplied screw and the washer and you'll thread those in the back side. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and then 4 here on the bottom. And now my light is nice and securely mounted in there. You can see how well that fits in there. Looks like it's meant to be. So now I'm going to get this driver's side back on the truck and then hop over to the passenger side. Now the nice part about putting this thing back together is you don't have as much carry you got to worry about and clips and things you got to break. We can just kind of pop this thing back in place and it should go together pretty easy. Just mainly making sure that all the tabs lock in place like they're supposed to. You'll hear a little slight click if you listen hard enough. It's not going to be a real positive click, but nonetheless, you'll see your screw holes lighten up right here and you know you're good to go. So we'll go ahead and start with our T15s. We'll get those back in place. Then I can hop back under the truck and put those 7s back in. That's all there is to this on this part here. And then we'll get our step back here in place, our cover. That just pops in. Now we can go into the truck, get those 2 7s back put in. And there we go, that one's all put back together. What do you think? I think that looks pretty slick, to be honest. Let's go ahead and hop over to the passenger side. We'll do the exact same thing. Okay, I went ahead and saved you the headache of having to watch me take this one out for the second time. But now we're gonna go ahead and get this template put on the passenger side one. Now, like I said, this one here, the writing is gonna go to the inside, so you're not gonna be able to see that. So locate your reference hole that's on the inside of this paper and line that up with your hole that's on the actual step itself. We'll go ahead and get that tape in place. And then once you know you've kind of got that in place and you feel good about it, we can wrap it around the rest of the way, put tape on that side, and then it's just a matter of drilling 5 more holes, guys. I think I'm pretty good with it, so we're gonna go ahead and drill our holes. Okay, the passenger side's all done here. I think that turned out pretty good. I only had one hole that kind of gave me a little bit of fit. I did a little bit of wallering though. I got that bottom screw to fit the way I wanted it to, and everything lines up really good. Let's get this back on the truck. Okay, lights are in the steps. Steps are all put back in the bumper. So all that's left now is the wiring. And honestly, this should not be too difficult of a process. We've just got the 7-way connector that we got to take apart. We just unplug the harness, we plug one side into the one end, we plug the other side into the other end, simple as that. You got your little relay here, which right now is zip tied to the harness. I may or may not put that somewhere else, just depending on when I get down there, what looks best to me. You got this one little wire right here, which is going to go to your little T-harness they supply. We'll plug that in together, and then we'll have to find this connector down there under the truck and do the same thing that we're gonna do with the 7-way. I believe there's a red tab on there is what we're looking for, so we'll get down there and get this plugged in place. And then all you got left after that is a short lead and a long lead here that'll plug into our actual Baja design lights. The longer end will go to the passenger side of the truck, and then the shorter end here will plug into our driver side headlight. Okay, let's go see if we can get this all disconnected here. We'll get this all hooked up and we'll do some testing, make sure everything works before we actually clean up the wiring and make it all look nice. I did bring a little screwdriver here with me, so we'll see if we can get this, there we go. And then we'll unplug that there. And then pretty self-explanatory, you can only plug into one spot, so we'll plug that one in here, like so. Make sure it engaged, feels pretty positive to me. Then we'll plug this side in to that connector there. That one snaps in place, we'll put our little locking piece back in. Now, like I said, we're gonna probably go to right here to this red tab, pull that apart. That one's a little tougher to get apart there. And man, I'll tell you what, this frame wax sucks. So that stuff gets all over your hands. Let's keep plugging along here. I'll put my T-harness in. So we'll plug that one in there, plug this one in here. There we go. Then we'll plug in our one wire here for this little harness. Now all that's left to do is plug in these lights. Let's go ahead and just plug these in just to see what they do, and then we'll clean everything up, get everything tucked away. All right, so now we've got everything pretty much just plug and play, ready to go. I want to go ahead and test some connections, make sure we're working here. So my understanding is I should be able to just turn on the cargo lights here real quick, or the reverse. We're just going to use the cargo to test the lights. So I'll go ahead and push my button. Let's walk back here to the truck now and see if we've got any lights. Oh yeah, there's one working there. Come around this side, and the other one is working. So let's go ahead and button up the wiring and get this thing looking nice and clean. I'll show you the finished install, and then we'll get some nighttime shots of this. I am excited to see how this thing looks, guys. There's not a ton of space down here, but I'm gonna try to show you guys the finished install here. So essentially I got everything cleaned up. At least it's good enough for me. You guys may have a little different route you take, but I got everything tied up back in here. I've got 2 zip ties here. I went ahead and put that relay using that special fastener right here, and then just zip tied that in place so that relay has kind of got a spot to live. Now, anytime, a little tip and trick that I guess I've gone through over the years, especially when it comes to like taking vehicles apart, putting them back together, or if anybody else ever has to take the bumper off, is I always try to follow factory wiring, but whenever possible. So I went ahead and ran that wire up through here, and you'll see it kind of follows the other wire that's right here, and then I just tied my connector there, and then our pothole is right here. So, and then basically the other side here as well, the long wire, I just went right across the back side of the license plate, and then we pop back out on this side of the spare tire. I just followed the wires back around here in the bumper, up through this channel right here, and then we zip tied right here to this factory wiring, and that is our other pothole. So that pretty much wraps up the install. Everything's nice and cleanly installed now. All the wires are tucked away. I've done all my testing. Everything works with the cargo lamps as well as in reverse. Overall, this install took me just under 2 hours to do, and that's including me moving around cameras and trying to film for you guys at the same time. So this is a pretty easy install, guys. Honestly, the biggest part of this, intimidation-wise, is just trying not to break those clips. I showed you how to get through that part of the process, as well as drilling those holes in that piece of plastic. Not the end of the world. Just take your time on the template, and everything will be good. Okay, so fast forward about 3 days now. I've got some thoughts based on running these lights for the last few days. So I thought I'd take a second now to share with you what I found so far. When it comes to the light output on these lights, oh my goodness, these things are night and day difference compared to what I was already working with the reverse lights, and then trying to use those spotlights on the mirrors when I was backing up in those darker environments. With my windows being tinted on the truck, it was a little bit more challenging to back up, and having those spotlights on the mirrors really did kind of make a huge difference. But honestly, there's no comparison when comparing them to these Baja lights that are now mounted in the back steps. Something else I was also concerned with was just how well the camera was still going to work on the tailgate here. When I'm looking at that on the infotainment center that's in the truck, I was really worried with the extra light output that it was going to kind of wash out the image and make it harder to see on the camera. Believe it or not, it actually did improve the quality of what I could see. It does give it a little bit of a red hue, but I can tell you, backing up down my gravel drive where there's absolutely no lights at all, and then hooking up to my trailer, having these extra lights in the bumper now are a night and day difference, and it really throws the light out quite a distance away. So super happy with that. I'm also loving the fact that I could turn these on with not only just putting them in reverse, but using that cargo light as well. So if I am hooking up or doing something around the trailer, having that extra light output off the back that I can manually turn off and on is going to be a game changer. Now, when it comes to what I had in my old truck on the 07, I still have those Baja design lights, but they were Squadron Pros. Those lights were a little bit bigger and had a little bit more lumen output. So they did put out a little bit more light than these S1s do. However, these S1 lights are more than capable as well, and they put out a ton of light put, even though it's a little bit less than what I had about a year ago. But other than that, I think that's all I've got for you. I will leave a link in the description for you guys if you guys want to pick up a set of these. They are a little bit on the pricier side, but with them being 100% plug and play, that harness is pretty stellar. It's built very well. I am not an affiliate for these guys at all. I picked these up with my own money, just like you guys would have to do as well. But I do think this is a pretty stellar product and very well worth the investment if you guys decide to go this route. Other than that, that's where I'm gonna leave you guys. If you guys found any value in this video, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, I greatly appreciate it, or even consider subscribing to the channel. Other than that, make it a great week. We'll catch you guys on the next video.